If you're seeing this right now, it's because God meant for you to see it. Because I don't believe in accidents or luck or chance. But we often use these kind of words for better lack of terms. 24 hours. That's how much time the rich person has. That's how much time the poor person has. That's how much time the unemployed person has. That's how much time the person working 2 jobs has. Your favorite celebrity, the guy no one knows. Me and you both have 24 hours in a day. Yet, you and I might live 2 totally different lives and might reach totally different outcomes and have 2 totally different interests and levels of success, relationships, money, different health. But we all have the same exact amount of time in a day. I heard a quote recently, and it said, it's not that you don't have time for XYZ, it's that you don't prioritize XYZ. And that was really profound to me. I remember a time in my life not too long ago when I felt rushed with life. Bills were coming in. I left my 9-to-5 job. I had these relationships to uphold. I made a commitment to myself to create content on YouTube, which, by the way, is like having a relationship. I have a girlfriend. My health was suffering, and excuse me, I just wanted to take a step away from all the noise of life and just take a walk. But I felt like I couldn't. I felt like I didn't have the time. I thought if I took a walk, I'd be taking vital time away from managing everything else that I wanted to manage. And I was telling myself this story, I really want to take a walk, but I can't. And one day, one of my bills caught up with me. I had a ticket on my car that I didn't pay in time, and my car got towed. And now suddenly, I had all the time in the world to walk. That night when I found out my car wasn't there, I was so frustrated. I was so angry. And then eventually I calmed down and I took the walk that I so desperately wanted just days prior, but felt like I couldn't. Felt like I didn't have the time. And I not only walked that night, but the next morning, I got up and I walked again. And I felt so grateful to just be able to block out the noise and just step away from everything I had going on in my life. And so that brings me back to the quote that I mentioned. Can't remember where I heard it from, but we all have 24 hours in a day. You don't have more time. I don't have more time. The president doesn't have more time. The unemployed person doesn't have more time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. But what we prioritize determines a lot of how our life goes. Now, I know that, everyone is born into different circumstances, and we can't control those circumstances. We just have to play the hand we're dealt. And so in that sense, we all kind of start at a different checkpoint. And those kind of things we can't control, no matter what our interests are, no matter what we prioritize. Some of those things are just kind of given to us, passed on to us by circumstance, by our parents, and we just have to work with it. And then even going through life, things happen that we have no control over, and those things we can't really factor in to what I'm saying here. But for the overwhelming majority of how our lives turn out, I believe it falls down to what we prioritize. What do you like to do for fun is a question that I like to ask people, because that question tells me a lot about who a person is, and that tells me who I am. When I get free time, am I really the person who I want to be? I told myself I was gonna post on YouTube every day this month, and I missed that mark. And I realized that I'm not exactly who I thought I was. I thought I was someone who, when I got free time, I would spend every bit of free time on editing or video or filming, right? Posting a video. And I caught myself not doing that, and I end up missing days of posting. And so now I'm working on building that habit again. I told myself I was somebody who would take moments out of my week to take walks, and I've been doing that more. That I would play sports when I can to stay in shape, and I've been doing that. That I would reach out to family when I can, and all these little things make up who a person is. I told myself I would swipe less, I would scroll less on social media, and I've been working on that. That I would be more patient to myself and to the people I care about, and in general, really. And I'm working on that. What you prioritize, what you take interest in, will determine where you end up in life. And when we say no to certain things, we're able to say yes to the things we really like, we really enjoy. when we say no to our vices, particularly, we can say yes, and we can have energy to say yes to what we actually enjoy. We can have some patience in the tank to work on what we really like. And for me, that's been YouTube this month, and for on and off the last couple of years. But this month, I really gave it more than I have in the past. Hopefully, this will continue into the future. Just something to think about. If you guys found some value, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video. And if you're on this 30-day YouTube journey as well, which I've seen some of you guys are in the comments, and it's cool to see other people sharing in the same things I'm interested in. That's really cool. And that's another thing. What you're interested in will determine who your friends are and who you can relate to. And they say your closest 5 friends are the sum of you. Or rather, you're the sum of your closest 5 friends. And I would argue, guys, that as kids, we don't have as much control over who we make our friends. But as we get older, as we get more intentional, as we become more conscious, we really decide who our friends are and even who we consider family. And that choice is powerful. Again, just something to think about. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Like and subscribe, and take care of yourself.